In 1973, eight perfectly healthy people walked into psychiatric hospitals all across the United States. Not one of them were ill, and yet nobody inside realized it. Well, almost nobody. More on that in a sec. This was no accident. This was an experiment that was being designed by a psychologist by the name of David Rosenhan, and he wanted to answer a very specific question. Can professionals reliably tell the difference between mental health and mental illness? If somebody who had zero mental illness walked into one of these hospitals, what would happen? And he was about to find out. So to run this experiment, Rosenhan recruited eight completely normal people. There was like a painter, a housewife, a pediatrician, a graduate student, and they all went in and lied about the exact same thing. They all said they were hearing voices, and that was enough to get them all admitted into separate psychiatric hospitals. And then something happened. The minute they got in the door, they each stopped pretending. They started acting normal again. They stopped displaying any type of these behaviors and they cooperated fully. And each of them asked if they could be discharged. It didn't work. Instead, every single normal action that they were exhibiting was diagnosed as something. Like if these people were writing notes, they were told they had obsessive behavior. If they were just waiting patiently, then they were labeled as pathological and attention seeking. Their politeness was called controlled behavior consistent with illness. Seven out of the eight were diagnosed with schizophrenia, and one of them was diagnosed with manic depression. Not a single staff person in these hospitals diagnosed them as healthy, but the other patients did. The real patients, the people who were actually there with real mental health and mental illness challenges, looked at these people and said, "You're not like the rest of us. You don't belong here." And when Rosenhan published the results from his experiment, the psychiatric world went nuts. And then at one point, one of the hospitals challenged him to send more normal patients. They wanted to see, okay, can we catch them this time? And this is where it gets really funny. They identified 41 imposters. The problem was Rosenhan didn't send any.